The time you found out when I first started smoking?
When we lived over in East Point. And I was taking a bath, and I came out of the bathtub, and there was a pack of cigarettes sitting on the table, and they weren't mine.
Do you have a cigarette?
Sure. And you had ran upstairs because I think you remembered that you had left them on the table. And you thought I was going to be mad at you.
Yeah.
And George said they weren't his, and you had ran upstairs.
That was so funny.
I do remember you were very young. You were only 14 years old. I was a little upset at the time when I found out you smoked. But I kind of feel like if I was too harsh on you, that I would be a hypocrite. Because I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette and yelling at you about smoking a cigarette. I hope I can be the same way with Destiny too when she gets older and be open. Things that she comes to me about.
Yeah, I hope she can come to me too.
I think she will be able to because that is the kind of relationship that we have. And she sees it. So.
Yeah, I can't wait until she gets older.
I don't know.
She's got the nose for it.
I do?
Yeah, it's like that.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Will you try? A French inhale is something like this.
Okay. I don't know if I can do that. I can't do it.
You did it though. It was good. It was good. Try again.
Okay.
You did it.
Do it.
You
did
just
I
did
do
it?
it?
Yeah, you just did it.
Yeah, but you do it really good. You do it really good. I can't do it that good.
M1?
Yeah, more one-on-one than anything.
Yeah. That's good.
You want to hit this again?
Sure. What's the name of the school?
Oakwood, and it's right down the street from us in Amarillo, 11-mile area. Do you remember how mad I used to get when I used to have to buy your cigarettes?
Yeah. So many moments. Extra chores. Definitely. All the time would ask you, please, I'll do extra chores for cigarettes.
I so remember being so mad and yelling a lot when you guys used to come to me and ask me to buy your cigarettes.
Yeah. Man, that was some good times. Still, you know.
Yeah, it sure was. I wouldn't change anything about the way I raised you guys, being so open-minded about everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did I used to make you mad when I yelled at you about buying your cigarettes?
I wasn't mad, I felt bad. I was broke.
So that's why you said you would do extra chores for cigarettes.
Kind of peace of mind type of thing.
Right? Work for what you want.
Yeah, that's what you taught us though, so.
Because you always have to work for what you want in life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that was something I always wanted to put in your mind, that nothing was for free. I could get on her lap.
Get out of here.
Do you remember at one time when I wasn't working, when it got so bad, when we shared one cigarette between 3 people?
So many times, yes. Yeah, but those were the moments I felt the worst, you know, like I really wanted a hit of that cigarette, but I knew you did too.
Right? And then there was a time where I couldn't buy 2 packs of cigarettes, and I only bought 1 pack of cigarettes and splitting them. I gave you your 10 and was like, when these are gone, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. But it always worked out.
Mm-hmm. It sure did. And then when I got pregnant with Destiny and I couldn't smoke, how did you do it then?
God, I don't even know. George. Mom, nope. George.
Because I wasn't smoking because I was pregnant.
Yeah, I remember that. I went to George a lot. Like, for a lot. Like, cigarettes. A lot. Him and Lewis.
Yeah. That was really good.
Can I have another hit of that?
Do you remember how we used to share our morning cigarettes?
Oh, yeah. I think it's like the cigarette that gets you up and going for the day.
I do too.
It just keeps going. You can steal a cigarette. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like old times.
Yep, just like old times.
Cute lighter, by the way.
Thank you. So everything else is going good for you?
Yeah. Going pretty snazzy.
That's good.
Just looking for, job.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I applied to that cafe down the street.
Do you remember how old you were when we first started sharing cigarettes in the morning?
15?
Yep.
Those were the good old days. Wake up to a cigarette.
Definitely.
Hey, look at what I can do.
That looks so cool.
Try it.
I think I could do it too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
A lot of
Oh, I should have brought my little one.
No, you shouldn't have.
He's so little.
yeah, cat's a good idea.
How about my dog?
Ooh, kitty.
Yeah. Do you remember when you first started smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, I do.
You didn't know what the heck you were doing.
I couldn't inhale it, or I wasn't inhaling it all the way.
Right.
That was too funny. I thought I was smoking a cigarette the right way and everything, thinking I was all cool.
I know, that's it. I laughed like the first couple of times like I watched you smoke, but like I didn't want to be mean, but you look so immature. I was like, what is she doing?
So many people ripped on me for that.
At school? Like
No.
when they seen you smoking at school, or like just like with George and friends or whatnot?
George and Lewis.
They would be like, inhale it.
They would not let me leave the room until I inhaled a cigarette the right way.
Wow. I just remember like I think you were more scared than anything to smoke in front of me though, because it was like a good full year before you looked very comfortable.
It wasn't that long, I wouldn't say. I would say like a week.
So how long would you say that it was before you felt really comfortable about smoking?
In general, it took me a week or two to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, to do it in front of people, it took me, like, another week.
Yeah, I would have to say, like, 3 weeks you look more comfortable smoking in front of people.
I actually knew how to smoke a cigarette after that. When they locked me up in that room, they did. They really locked me in the room and told me I could not leave until I inhaled it. And when I first inhaled it, I coughed my butt off. I really did. But I got a rush from it, you know, like felt the nicotine going through, and it just, oh. That's what's so good about the cigarettes. And
Right.
I liked it a lot more
Right.
when I knew how to.
Yeah, you definitely looked more comfortable and looked like you knew what you were doing. What age do you think you were when you started feeling comfortable about smoking in public or like around other family members?
Family members were a lot easier than smoking in public, which is kind of weird. I thought it'd be the other way around. But it felt like my family was more accepting than the public eye.
Right.
So I have to say I was like around 15, 16 at that point.
So almost a couple years after you started smoking was when you started smoking in public places.
Yeah, that was a couple years after, like, my family knew, like, within the first year that I smoked.
Mm. Okay, well, I thought
I mean,
it was,
it
like,
took me a
longer.
week to get used to the idea to smoke in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, like I said, I just remember how immature you looked. Can I have a hit of that?
Sure.
It's like I haven't got enough.
Right?
Thank you.
No problem. This is true. This is very true. So how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good stuff.
But I'm not going to be able to get the house in Swartz Creek like I thought I was going to be able to.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it needs too much work done to it. So,
There's got to be other opportunities.
yeah, that's what I kind of figure. I just want to move Destiny to the country so that way she can have, better chance. Can I have a cigarette?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm just going to go ahead and keep looking other places and leaving my options open.
Good stuff.
Yay, us! Give me 5.
All right. So, did you know that I was smoking before, like, it came out in the open?
Oh, yeah. I knew.
How?
Because she was hanging out with George and Louie a lot. And my cigarettes were disappearing one at a time, so I knew you were taking my cigarettes.
Well, that was George, but he gave them to me, though.
See, I understand that siblings have each other's back, so...
Boy, did George have my back. When I
Yeah.
first started smoking in the high school, like, he had the locker upstairs.
Right?
Had the one downstairs, and I used to go up there all the time and ask him for a cigarette, and he's like, this is the last one.
Where did you guys used to go at school to smoke? That's what I always wondered.
We always went around the block, like, not by the elementary school either, but the opposite way of both schools.
Okay, so like by the blue building, going
Yeah.
towards like Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. We had to.
Yeah, because I always wondered, like, why didn't I get a call from like the secretary at the school or something? Because they all knew me so well,
Mm-hmm.
So I always wondered about that, and like I asked George about it, and he's like, "I'm not snitching." And when he said that, I was like, my instincts were right. Like
the mother's intuition.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like it all comes into play because I mean it's just part of being a mother. So kind of always follow that. That's gonna be a good thing to always follow.
I do, and I'm usually right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for being right, but I'm like, I'm right.
I know, but it's so true. It is so true. Like a mother's instinct is most of the time always right. Grandma's is still most of the time right. How did you get your cigarettes when you were at school?
Well, I got it from mainly George, but like everybody like on the street would like pass out a cigarette if they had an extra cigarette, and we would just walk around and walk away from all the schools and stuff. You knew the secretaries, but we knew the door ladies
Right.
better.
So they like let you go out?
Yeah, they let us go out whenever we wanted. But it's not like that now. Like, you can't just walk out whenever you want.
Cool.
But yeah, so.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
know,
I want to
lost
hit
track
this.
on
It's in my
some.
hand. I want to hit it.
Yeah, I haven't smoked a cigarette in like 4 hours.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah. See, we got ready for you, Scott.
Don't hit it.
I did hit it. I did. I'm sorry, I just needed one more hit. Do you remember how old you were when I first asked you to smoke a cigarette with me?
I was about 14.
Yeah.
Yep, I do remember. That was really weird.
I was gonna ask you if it was awkward. Like, how did you feel when I first asked you? Like, hey, come on here and sit. Because remember we couldn't smoke in the house because Destiny. And I was gonna ask you, like, how did you feel like when I asked you, hey, come outside and sit and smoke a cigarette with me?
It felt super weird, like a sore thumb, you know, out of the crowd. Like, it didn't feel right. It was just like, I don't know. I can't really describe it, but that weird feeling you get in your stomach, like you're in an awkward position.
Like butterflies almost.
I was just like really scared and stuff.
I could tell too when you were really scared because we had that swing on the front porch. And I wanted you to sit like right next to me and you like sat in the chair far away from me and was like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
I think that's where we started becoming more friends then.
Yeah, like once we started opening up about like all kinds of situations that, you know, can happen. Started growing up.
Yep, exactly.
It was really weird.
I don't get a hit?
No.
Oh, darn. Okay. Okay. I really like your fingernail color. It's very pretty.
Thank you.
Can I get a hit of that? She did 3 hits. Darn you. We used to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, only 1 hit. Can I get a hit of that? Thanks.
Okay, I only said 1 hit. Thank you.
That's just like old times. I said only 1 hit.
Girl.
That's a good part. Okay. Okay.
When I first started smoking, like in front of you and in the car and in public, did anybody ever give me dirty looks?
Oh, we got looks, really bad, dirty looks. And then I can remember one time we were driving to school and this guy flipped me off. Because he just like he looked at me and looked at you and you were smoking. And like he flipped me off, so I just kind of waved back and smiled at him and it, like that didn't work very well. He got really mad at me.
Aww.
And then he was like chasing me. I was like, what the heck?
Right? That is funny.
Yeah, but we definitely got some looks. And we never got thumbs up, so. But
No thumbs up, huh?
no thumbs up. We got fingers, but not very nice ones either. So.
Aw.
But I don't know, they just don't understand. If they had kids younger, maybe they would have understood better. So, whatever.
You ever notice with the situation with me smoking at a young age and people looking at us, how they don't understand the situation until they're in it?
Yeah, that's one thing I do believe, like, people understand and they're more open if they do it, and if they don't, then they're very closed-minded.
About it until they try it, and then it's a different story.
Exactly. And that's where people pass judgment throughout our life. So I think it's something we just gotta get used to.
Mm-hmm. So have you ever, like, repeatedly get smoke in your eyes and your eyes water and you're like...
Yes, I have, and it sucks really bad.
It's like this burning thing all over your eye.
Right? That looks so cool because both of us blowing smoke at the same time, and it was like. So do you remember, like, when you first really needed to, like, you needed a cigarette, craving a cigarette?
I had to have been like 15. Shortly after, like, when I really inhaled a cigarette, shortly after that, I wanted a cigarette every hour and started to, like, feel it in my body when I didn't have a cigarette.
Like, getting the cravings when you wanted them. You were like 15.
Yeah. I can't believe it, though.
Yep.
Do you remember how old you were?
I was 19 when I started smoking because it was right after I had you. And it was like instantly I started craving them. When I was pregnant with you, all I wanted was menthol cigarettes and crushed ice. So when you first started smoking, would you say that you enjoyed sharing cigarettes, or did you enjoy having your own cigarettes?
I definitely liked having my own cigarette. Sure, cool. Can I hit your cigarette?
Yep, I was just about done anyways. Yeah, but it definitely always is nicer to have your own cigarettes.
Yeah, so you have no limits.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, a cigarette, of course.
Yep, exactly.
Be a good
yeah, definitely.
long talk.
All right.
You gotta tell me about Uncle Joe again.
So, did you have a good time at Grandma's birthday party on Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
Friday. It was Friday.
I had fun. It was just, I had got up early, so that's why I left early.
Yeah, because after you left, we weren't supposed to be smoking on the premises.
Oops.
And they came to me and told me that, asked me to tell you that we weren't supposed to be smoking on the premises.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, but it was crazy. The party ended up being kind of crazy.
Well, yeah. I had fun, though. Like, I'm surprised a lot of people showed up. Like, as many people that did show up. That was really cool.
Yeah, Grandma said she was definitely surprised.
when everybody said surprise, she like wasn't as close to the wall,
Right.
but like just about that far. And like when everybody's surprised, she was like up against the wall, like, oh my god.
Yeah, 'cause-
like, and she looked at me and I was like, happy birthday.
I so wanted to be like right behind her when they said surprise.
I do it too.
But I was like, well, I just want to get her down there because like Uncle Bob's car was right there. When I told you we weren't supposed to smoke in the parking lot, did you still smoke in the parking lot?
Yes. Did
did?
you?
Yes.
Oops. I mean, to walk so far away at night, I didn't want to.
That's what I was freaking
thinking
me out.
like, go sit in a car. I mean, I technically wasn't on their grounds.
Right,
My
just
poor
our car.
tires were.
Just our car was. But you definitely left too early because a fight broke out.
Really?
Yeah, thank God Grandma was already gone though.
Oh, thank gosh. So what happened? Who? Tell me.
Uncle Joe has a problem like with one of Uncle Bill's best friends since he was like 5 years old.
Oh.
And he showed up at Grandma's party.
Oh.
But they didn't fight inside the church, at least. They took it
that's
outside. Yeah, but I was just like, I was super happy Grandma was already gone because that was gonna ruin her birthday party.
Definitely.
Yeah. You were younger when you first started smoking. Did you feel cool? You felt cool?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't think you looked cool. I thought you looked like a little nerd.
Of course, everybody does, but I felt cool and it tasted good.
Did any of your friends ever see you smoke? Did they ever like make comments about it?
All my friends that I did hang out with are all goody two-shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like, they weren't into that, so I was like, all right, well, sneaking out. Like, they knew about it, but they all, like, didn't agree with it.
And they just kept their comments to themselves.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So...
Who's gonna give me a cigarette?
Oh. You want a cigarette?
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. How you liking the weather lately?
It's getting really cold and I don't like it.
Yeah. You doing anything special for Halloween?
No, actually, I'm not even gonna have Destiny for Halloween. And I'm bummed out about that.
Me too.
So her dad's coming down to take her trick-or-treating on Saturday.
Cool. Why don't you just go with them?
I don't want to go with him.
Get to see Destiny trick or treat.
But that's not the point. If I'm gonna be with him and her, then there's gonna be other things that come up too.
Yeah,
And he's
true.
still trying to talk me into moving back up north. Even though I'm involved with somebody and he knows about it. You remember when you first started smoking, how Uncle Joe used to give you a hard time?
Yeah, I used to call him a hypocrite.
Yeah.
He smokes.
Yeah, exactly, because he was a smoker and then he was like, you shouldn't start smoking at such a young age.
Mm-hmm. I never really called him a hypocrite to his face because he was so scary. I never wanted to cross him. I was like, okay, I'll try to quit. And then he'd be like, I understand it's hard.
Yep.
I mean, after a while, like, he was, like, okay with it. He didn't say much after that.
Yeah.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah, please. Do you remember the last time we went to the club?
Yeah.
It's like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. But it was so much fun, though. Like,
Yeah.
with the whole group.
That's when George was home on leave.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I still want to go out again if him and Aaliyah come for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That'd be so much fun.
Because it's been like 2.5 years since I've been out.
Dang.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, see, it's only been like a year for me. I like how they still allow smoking in the clubs.
Yeah.
Where, you know, now they're starting to get rid of it in the restaurants.
I like it, you know, because they are not doing that to the clubs because they know a lot of people that come to the clubs smoke.
Right.
How much are you smoking now? Like how many packs of cigarettes a day?
I'm smoking 2 packs a day myself.
Wow.
No, so.
Then do you remember like when you first started smoking how you only smoked like 5 cigarettes a day?
Yeah, like, I remember a pack lasted me 3-4 days, whereas 2 packs lasted me, lucky, a day.
Wow.
It just, I think when I first started smoking, I got like a body buzz from it.
Right.
Then after a while, you don't get that body buzz. Nicotine is like what you're tasting and fiending for, so you don't have to worry about the body buzz anymore.
Right. All you're wanting now is the nicotine because your body wants it now.
Want a cigarette?
Yeah, please. When we go out to the clubs, do you or anybody that you know smoke while you're dancing?
I dance all the time while smoking.
You do?
Yeah.
Isn't that hard?
It is. It's a little bit harder. You know, you're out there and you're dancing, you're all pumped, and you got so much energy, and then, like, while you're smoking a cigarette, you're trying to make sure you don't drop your cigarette.
Right.
And just, like, not bump into anybody. When I really want a cigarette, but I really want to dance, too.
Right,
so.
right. I know I tried one time, like, smoking and dancing, and I can't get that down.
It's hard. I'd rather just, like, sit down and relax and enjoy my cigarette.
Yeah, I think that's me, too.
Mm. I'm up to 2 packs a day now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you first started it was like a half a pack?
Maybe. If lucky, about a half pack.
Hmm.
It's amazing how much it changed.
Right.
I never thought I'd be smoking 2 packs, you know?
Yeah, but it's very easy to get used to because your body wants it.
Yeah, it starts to fiend for it more.
Mm-hmm.
I just learned recently.
George could have showed you a long time ago. That kid used to drive me crazy with cigarettes.
Let's see that. That pretty good? Mom, good enough?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Anyways. So do you remember when I first started smoking?
Oh, yeah. You were like 14.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
like this cigarette?
Yeah, please.
Alright. Yeah. I remember how, like, you used to always give me cigarettes. Every time you light a cigarette, you would throw a cigarette at me and be like, here, have one.
Do you remember when it got to the point where you were sparking up before I was?
Yeah. I was, like, right after school. Mom, can I smoke a cigarette, please? Yeah.
And then I noticed you did it a little bit more when you got a job and you bought your own cigarettes.
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause
Yeah.
I felt, like, not as bad.
Right.
And plus, probably stress of job.
True. But you had the stress of school too, so.
Yeah.
I didn't mind when you got in the car. Automatically, I knew you and George. Please tell me you got a cigarette. I can get off of you.
Right. Which one's real? I did
I know I was holding it. I was like,
it. Yeah.
Does
I
that-
remember that.
does that ever happen to you anymore?
I get a lot of response of, you look like you're about 12. Are you even old enough to smoke?
Like, does your mommy know you're smoking?
I get that a lot, like, and I literally have to pull out my ID.
Has any store ever let you buy a pack of cigarettes without showing you your ID?
No, they refuse to sell to me, and like I always go back to that store. Like if they deny me 1st, I always go back to that store to buy a pack of cigarettes with my ID and be like, "Told you."
Because you do look so young, though.
I know that. It's, just protecting yourself. You don't get
Right?
fired.
Yeah, exactly. Or the police
So I
don't.
understand.
Yeah. Because you
Yeah.
were smoking and
She caught me.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
not in the mid. Yeah.
Do you remember when I first found out you were smoking?
Yeah. It wasn't even like I was literally smoking a cigarette in front of you, though.
No, but
That's what creeped me out.
yeah, but if you think about it, my pack of cigarettes I left laying on the table,
Yeah, and George said he was going to cover for me and didn't.
and I went and I took a bath, and I came back out and 2 cigarettes were gone. So I knew George took one because he asked me,
And
and then I was like, Tiffany's smoking now, and you were only 14.
Yeah, I was
Do you remember how old you were when I started buying your cigarettes?
14.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a job at 14. I was just bumming them off people, and that's how I started.
Yep, and then when I was working pretty good, I was like, forget it, I'll just buy you guys cigarettes so you don't smoke all mine.
Yeah. Can I have your cigarette?
I was just about to put it out anyway, so.
Cool.
Do you remember when you first started to smoke cigarettes? We were driving down 9 Mile to go take you guys to school.
Yeah.
And
Can I get a cigarette? Thanks.
that one guy flipped us off and gave us a really dirty look.
Yeah.
Do you ever still get dirty looks?
All the time. Like, because I look so young, people ask me if I'm even legal to, like, able to smoke a cigarette. And I have to literally show them my ID.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get any looks like, yeah, positive looks?
No.
Still
It's never, like, it's funny how people never, like, really, yeah, go, you know, unless it's, like, a game or something. But if it's something like smoking, it's always negative. They always give negative feedback. Never have a problem saying a bad thing towards a person, but a good thing
I
to
wonder
a person.
I wonder what everybody's reaction would be if you would say something like human rights or something like that.
Right?
Smoking's enjoyable.
It is.
Is an appetite help.
A stress reliever.
Stress reliever.
Some,
It helps with focus.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positive aspects of
Because
smoking.
I know
Nobody talks about it.
because I know I focus a lot better if I'm not having a nicotine fit. Yeah.
People that smoked did better on the memory test
Yep.
than people that didn't smoke.
yeah, because they're all like relaxed and calm and
Yeah.
focused. Right? We gotta stand out there in the wintertime and get
I was
sick.
in a bar where they had heavy smoking everywhere, and this person was very anti-smoking.
Uh-huh.
And she said, I'm not going to the bar because of smoking. Then she went anyways, and she goes, it doesn't smell like smoke at all. And it was heavy smoking everywhere.
When I go to the clubs, I have a little bit of hard time because there's a lot of smoke, but then that could be the fog machine too.
Yeah, that's true.
The fog machine and the smoking, and they don't have windows in the dancing clubs, so that could be the reason why there's not like any fresh air circulating. Even the non-smokers would be fine with it because there's fresh circulation air going in all the time.
All right.
And I honestly think that it wouldn't be such an issue if restaurants, you know, if they want it to be smoking, they can still keep the non-smokers too. Just put in ventilation. Or what about those air purifiers?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
that you can put in the vents. May cost a lot of money, but in the long run, you're keeping your non-smokers.
And then you're keeping your smokers satisfied too, because a lot of smokers right after dinner, they like to have a cigarette, because I know I do.
Yeah, because it helps settle the stomach, whatever it is. Keep both customers happy.
Exactly.
It's an argumentative paper, and it's actually about people trying to ban smoking from restaurants.
In public places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read it. Well, if I don't know, depending on how well I like my paper, I will definitely.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. I'll step it up a little bit more than what I am. That'd be cool.
Definitely.
Get my paper out there and publish it.
Right?
I'm definitely excited about our BLT pizzas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice to go out and have a pizza for a change.
Yeah, instead of staying all hibernated in the cold weather.
Right, now that it's getting warm outside.
Yeah, definitely.
God, I want a cigarette so bad.
Yeah. Definitely enjoying being able to go outside and have cigarettes.
Right, and it's not as cold out now.
Now that law's passed, it's kind of hard because you can't, like, smoke in restaurants anymore.
Right. But it won't be so bad now that the weather's changing.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Can't smoke in restaurants, can't smoke in bars anymore. So it's gonna be hard still. After I eat the delicious BLT pizzas, I want a cigarette.
Right. It's like our after dinner mint is our cigarette instead of it being literally a mint.
Right.
It's our cigarette. Definitely won't be bad going outside. Having to smoke, the weather being nicer and it's not bitter cold out.
Still kind of soft when winter comes back around.
Oh yeah, it's something we're gonna have to get used to. And it does suck that we can't smoke in restaurants, bars.
Yeah. How do you liking the weather?
I love it. I was so sick of snow.
That's a bad word. Don't say it.
I'm ready for the sunshine. And to be able to be outside and play with Destiny and Steven.
Mm-hmm.
And picnics and beaches and...
I cannot wait until we go to the beaches.
Yeah.
Can't smoke at beaches either.
Oh, great. So where do we go smoke at the beaches?
We can't.
Okay, so like if you're in your vehicle.
Well, that's okay.
You can go to the beach, you just can't smoke on the beach anymore. But you can go to your vehicle and smoke.
Because it's your property.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is. So just drive your car on the beach.
Like, yeah, one of those Jeeps they show riding on the beach.
Yeah, mudding.
Yeah.
No, that's...
So that way you just have it on the beach and then be like, I'm going to my car to smoke a cigarette.
You hear that?
A cigarette.
That would be funny.
I bet nobody else would think of it. Like have
Only
little,
rebels.
like have little smoking rooms like they used to back in the days. You gotta go in that room to smoke.
Yep, and I think that is a good idea.
Mhm.
Like, it'd be a good in effect.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make money to the government, so they're not gonna do it.
True.
Let me hit this first. Do you mind if I have the last sip? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Would you like a cigarette?
Oh, that would be great.
So have you been to the zoo recently?
Oh my God, I went this past summer with Destiny.
Oh my
I
gosh.
took Destiny and Danielle went with us.
Oh really?
Yeah, but they've got rid of a lot of stuff in the zoo. Couldn't believe I couldn't find the penguin house.
Wow. Well, you know, there's definitely no more smoking in the zoo.
God, this is gonna suck so bad. Have you been to the zoo lately?
I haven't been since I was a little kid, but I do have every intentions of going this summer.
That'd be cool. Take Destiny and Steven together.
Yeah. Oh, I bet Steven would love it. It'll help him with his animals, too.
That's so true. It's just got a lot smaller. Maybe it's just me, but it just seemed to be.
It does. A lot smaller. It probably has. A lot of people have told me that same thing about the zoo.
So it's probably not me then. It probably was the case. But I heard Toronto Zoo is really cool to go to. So maybe we should take the kids there this summer.
Yeah, go all out with it.
Yeah, because it's like so much bigger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably more. Did they have the butterfly house at the other one?
Yep, Detroit Zoo's butterfly house.
I've never seen it.
Destiny was petrified. Did not want to go in there.
Sure.
She's like, I don't want those things flying around my head.
Oh, I would love to go.
Like she wanted to cry because she had to do it.
The other day, it was really crazy. Do you remember Jessica?
Yeah.
You know how she's like all against smoking?
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
She tried it the other day and she's smoking all the time now.
That's usually what happens.
I couldn't believe it. She's like, "Can I hit your cigarette?" What? Okay.
Well, a lot of people that say they're never going to smoke and they don't want to try to smoke, they always end up being smokers.
Yeah. But yep, she's smoking all the time now.
She should never said she was never going to smoke. start getting so nice out again.
Ooh, I cannot wait to be able to just sit back and relax outside and smoke a cigarette.
Right? Because that's the only place we're going to be able to smoke anymore.
Right? In our backyard.
Right? Or in the privacy of our own homes or our cars.
Mm-hmm. Lucky us.
Right? Hey, why do you always get to light up first?
Because I'm special.
Wow. Now are you?
Yep. Very. Maybe it's just because I fiend for a cigarette more than you.
Well, maybe somebody's made you feel special like that. I bet Steven's ready to get outside after being inside all winter long.
Well, the day that I took him to the park, he didn't want to come home.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
He's been ready. He's like, oh, I'm sick of winter.
Right? Sick of being inside. All cooped up in the house. 4 walls.
Yeah.
Question I had. When you used to go to school and you used to have to go outside to smoke,
Yeah.
the places you found that you could go smoke.
Well, there's the 4 corners
Mm-hmm.
around the school, in front of the school, Taco Bell, and then upstairs in my room.
At our house?
Mm-hmm.
Before I even knew you smoked?
Mm-hmm.
You smoked in your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
How did I miss that?
You're a smoker. You don't smell it.
Yeah, no, when I used to walk in your bedrooms, I would be able to tell.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
That's what windows are made for.
So you used to hang out the window and smoke a cigarette.
Hang out? No, I used to sit in front of it.
Weren't you afraid that you were going to get caught before I knew?
Because of Georgie. He used to cover. I used to go up to him in school and be like, can I get a cigarette? Last one, Tiffany. You gotta tell Mom. Alright.
And when he told you you had to tell me, is that when you told me?
I waited like a month. Because that's when he finally was like, I'm not giving you more cigarettes for real. It's like, okay. When I asked, you can't have any more until you tell Mom. Fine. I still didn't tell you. You caught me.
Because this is really the first time I knew she was smoking before I knew she was smoking.
It's only like 2 months.
How old were you when you smoked before you told me you were smoking?
The first time I tried it was with Christy. When she got caught, I tried it like the day before her. Like with her.
And who caught her?
Uncle Chris, remember behind the garage? I was really young.
I do remember that.
And then I never did it again until like 2 months prior before you found out. All together.
First started smoking, why didn't you just come and tell me?
It's not that I was afraid, I just thought it was weird. Like,
So you were more uncomfortable with me knowing.
Yeah. Because I knew you weren't going to get too horribly upset because George already went through the process with you. He kind of tested the grounds before me.
And how can I be a hypocrite if I'm a smoker and get upset with you because you're smoking?
Because I was like 14.
When you and Christy first tried smoking, how old were you guys?
I was about 10 and she was like 13.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me steal one.
And now she's not even a smoker. And
I
you're
know.
a smoker.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of
Suck.
make you mad?
She got me into smoking. Non-smokers. Yep. She got me smoking and well, I tried my first cigarette with her and then a couple years later I became like a serious smoker.
And she never did, huh?
It was like a phase for her.
So you craved it more.
Yeah, it was a craving, like, you know, after a stressful day, I just wanted to relax from school and just calm down.
I can relate to that. Because that's when I enjoy my cigarettes, is after a hard day at work.
Yeah. Or at nighttime or when you first wake up. That's when I crave it the most.
Right? Yeah, because it was a lot younger than 14.
How old was Christy? Like 8?
You guys were like 10.
She was like 10 and I was like 7.
That's retarded.
That is a retarded amount.
Okay, so just say 10 or something.
Okay.
How old were you when you smoked your first cigarette?
I was about 10 when I had my first cigarette.
Well, you were really young.
Yeah.
So 4 years later, when you started smoking, you still didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me?
No. It's just the fact of smoking a cigarette in front of you.